huge win and a bunch of other eliminations. So it was the story of consistency won, but it's more the fact that, again, we focus on the win, but there's a lot of prize money in the line. $500,000. A lot of these guys who are outside that, like maybe top 50 even, can still jump up into those big number money, to make sure that you're not the team or the player that's done the least amount of damage at the bottom. So people are going to take shots, going to take tags. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to push a full fight. They're just looking for those easy Storm Surge tags. But yeah, Scopes back at the Grotto is going to be a big name. He had a really rough game one. He was one of the first people to go down. This might be a push we see those smacks hitting white tags. If you hit a player for white, you know they have no shield. You're going to aggressively push in, especially if you have that minigun in tow to really just shred through the builds. Only has 76 ammo, so needs to be careful how he uses it, but he's pushing straight forward for this fight. This could be a good way to get smacked back up there on the leaderboard. Someone we're not used to seeing this low on the leaderboard right now. Is usually a very consistent competitive player, but trying to get his first 4 points on the board here today in game one. Gone up a little bit. There's not too many eyes on this fight from a distance, so he could take his time with this one and really make sure he closes it out. Not taking his time too much here though. Trying to get in the box. Takes the stair with the tack shot. Beautiful piece control. The stair gets rotated in the wrong direction. Storms wins FNCS. I don't think so, mate. Maybe not. You're gonna have a really good final 5 games if you want to win this one.
The attention has been made. Haps now going for height here. He's trying to see what he can do in this battle. Good little side jump here, Aussie. It's looking good. Ooh. Great side peeks.
Yeah, nice little low ground peak there with that green pump. Only hit for 23, but again, it's those little damage shots that make the big difference in the end. He's going to try and build up. Keeps doing that same double ramp and then the cone on the top to get that full extension. Gets in with the wall and the stairs. Rotates the stair, jumps over the top and gets some beautiful shots. Happed only took a little bit of damage in that entire fight. And for that, today's your chance. You've reset. You're ready to kind of just take that charge and see if you can have that run that we almost saw Wolfies have in the end on EU. Just kind of going for those really aggressive games. You get those 8, 9 eliminations, top 5s, and your points change up really quick.
Oh, big shot right there as Clicks gets taken out of the lobby. And that's some big action that we expected. Commandment, who's in 14th place, just neck and neck with Clicks. It's Unknown right here, who's in 19th in this kind of leaderboard setting right here. 67 points, looking to push into the box. And he's on another Titan of the field. It's Stretch, who gets laid out and put down just like that. That's right, Unknown, the king of tracking amongst all the other players. But here's Shark, now looking to kind of play a cheeky location here. He's sitting on top of the door frame and he hears someone farming just below him. Yes, he is literally right there, and he's gonna walk into his domain, and that is it for Outcast Hunt here, who gets taken out so easily, so quickly, making it look so simple for Rogue Shark, who sets up the ambush here. Tends to be very kind of slow leading into it, but no, players are going for it. Everyone's trying to make big swings to come back, make up for time lost from yesterday's performances. Players like Stacky here, who really, quite honestly, need these fights. They have to put the wrist down in order to close the gap.
Yeah, 38 points. He needs to do something big here, and he's trying to find his way through to do it. Beautiful ramp phases in there as well. There's someone who is adept at box fighting. You know he's got solid mechanics, but trying to find his way through, but Aegis goes down. That was a nice little play from Aegis. Tried to bait him into focusing on the roof and then opened up that window edit, but I think it was too little too late.
I could only assume that right now he's on the hunt, trying to find any kind of moment right now to force players and catch a tag here. Just one AR shot will be enough to put him in the safe zone. And that's what he needed right there. Puts him 31 directly above. So those guys just trading slots quite literally on the Storm Surge kind of threshold there and there. Another shot. Now he's finding himself a little more comfort here. This is what you expect of someone like Zate, right? He doesn't want to wait for the kind of Storm Surge to start ticking. He's going to find a Mega. Little guard down there. Avery, though, we're following the biggest names, the ones that we really want to know and how they perform. Avery's under pressure here. He's also on the southern part of the map, which means that the biggest congestion is going to be landing here. Yes, he is recognizing the terrible spot that he's in right now and trying to desperately get away, even if it means that it's going to cost him a little bit, but it might have been too much, and Avery's going to fall now as he moved too little, too soon. His 7th place is now puts in halt. Definitely is, again, now we're tuning in with Frist here. Frist, 29th, kind of coming into today, already seeming to have some issues here with the Storm Surge. All right, things are going to kind of happen for him here. It looks like an elimination folded over. It might have been from the zone there, if I had to guess. It's all right. This is kind of becoming a centralized zone right now. You see the rotation here. No, he gets tagged the first few times. You would think maybe he'd switch up, pause, and build, but the angle that the opponent had, it's going to cost him a lot. And this player has a grappler, so he's all over the walls now, Aussie.
Yeah, I was questioning. I thought maybe he was getting short launched on. I was very confused, but it's the grappler play here right up on his wall now. Frisk needs to try and pull off something perfect here. He's only got the big pot left to try and top himself up, and I don't think he's going to have time to get it off. That means this player also has that Sky's AR. You can hear this very fast fire rate coming out, but 78 tag traded back. Frisk is not going down quietly, gives him time to get his big pot off. This other player is going to go for the minis now. Let's see how we go. If he's going to try and maybe go out the wall, is he going to try and still keep pushing forward and see if this player wants to keep following him? Or is he just going to sit here and try and go toe-to-toe again? I think that was enough. That was that 78 shotgun tag. Looks like it was enough to make that player kind of back off and rethink this push. At least I think so, yeah. Looks like they're going to both set up now. They're in zone. It was a decent fight to push until Frisk got a really nice shot back.
Oh, I mean, I think he still wants a little
Never
more.
mind.
He's going to come down and go for the box fight here, trying to set things up to see if he can catch him into his favor, and he is. He's going to take the cone first, and the edit's already made. Now looking to phase in. All he has to do is kind of set it up. Big 76 is going to trade back right now. The shots are piercing through. He's going to find another one through the crack right there, and all of a sudden, that's 140 damage within 2 shots. This could be his fight, and it is. It's Roat who falls. And I'm not sure how Roat acquired the loot from the mythic POI, the shark up in the corner, but it's all his right now. We'll keep an eye on Roat now, see if he's contesting for the sharks.
Sometimes those launch pads aren't as safe as what you'd like. If you don't pick the right angle, if you go too high, you get beamed up out of the sky very, very quickly.
That is true. So Unknown opting to just go ahead and go with the ground foot rotate here. I mean, I don't blame him. That half in, half out is only coming up next. So you do want to play to your strengths here and try to save that, hold on to it for as long as possible, as everyone is doing the same thing here. And this is why he's ghosting behind enemy tracking here, but he's going to catch Class off guard out in the open. All the shots are going to connect, and this is some of his loot here as he gives the rest to another enemy nearby. That's just going to be a little kind of payments, a little drop in the bucket there, as he just wants to focus on getting to the zone right now. Gonna get paused up here though. 3 elims already. This is so scary. Unknown, who's like really able to focus up on his gameplay right now. From my understanding, he's literally just playing in this competition. Probably the first that he hasn't streamed in a long time. So I think we're in for a very scary Unknown army today.
Yeah, he's really focusing up and leaving that heavy sniper. I think that's an ultimate sign. Never mind getting harpooned back. Haven't seen that one quite often on rotating zones. It might be enough. He needs to get this fish off. Doesn't even get it off in time. A very unconventional play and getting casted cursed a little bit there from Monster. It happens to the best of us, but
this is just going to pause here, break it up. And the zone's going to favor him. He is going to be able to move. Those are his floors. And now he has the pressure. This player's on the back half of the zone. He's trying to play that to his benefit, and he's going to get punished in return and goes for it and wins the exchange. Jamper's going to fall now as he gets to heal here.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's Bizzle taking that peak on 45 HP. That's a very uncharacteristic, aggressive play from Bizzle. I would have thought he would have tried to relax a little bit, maybe get some of his meds off, but no, it pays off. He gets 4 points, shuts down that aggression. Now he gets to rotate. I'm liking to see Bizzle kind of adapt this meta a little bit more. Those eliminations are worth a lot. Gets that bigger limb, and that's set him up for this endgame now, as zone was pretty favorable for him. He has that launch pad. As you see, Elish also has it. Maybe looking to set up to go for a launch pad. He is as well. I think he's going to go for a high pad over the top. Wastel zone goes past him, but he's up nice and high. Needs to be careful right now. If there's any eyes in the sky, he's looking like a nice target, as never mind, he threads his way back around. Elish picking a beautiful line to rotate. He gets straight inside the box, though. He wants to refresh. We've seen this come out in this current meta right now, that flying straight into the box to get your refresh, and Perplexity goes down. Zate taking down Saf in the feed. No love lost there from duo partners. Probably one of the most legendary duos in NA or Fortnite competitive as it is. 33 alive Monster. This is going to be a ridiculous endgame.
There's anyone that has a big story, it's Zate and Saf, and seeing them go toe-to-toe is crazy. Now it's Elish who's going toe-to-toe with others, as he already dropped Perplexity from this lobby, and now his back is against the wall here, but it's okay because he's in the zone. In 1 second, the zone's going to reveal whether or not it's going to favor him, and it is. He is going to be able to lead out, and now all of a sudden, Elish is very much in the conversation to break into top 10. He just needs a little bit more. Look at height right now. It's Crims on height. It's Zate on height. It's Shark. Players that with height are scary. All players that play off of momentum and play off of height. And now Bizzle trying to give it a run for his money. He's just floating around. This is so much risk here.
That's Bizzle just getting eyes on lobby, just dissecting everything that's happening. One of the smartest players to ever grace this game, just getting as much information as he can as he gets beamed up in the back. I also saw Kanata pick up an elimination in the feed in 3rd place, so there is everyone in this game still right now. This is going to decide who is going to be going into 1st place, as Bizzle takes down the elimination on Crims. He's going to try and start focusing on high ground himself now. Maybe he wants to go for it. Doesn't have that minigun, doesn't have that rocket to really pressure out height, but he's in a good spot to try and build up for it if he can play it properly with 65 mats to his name. games, courtesy of that Harpoon after he got that refresh. 19 players alive. Zone goes back, so he gets to follow some of his old builds if he needs to. Rogue Shark going down in the feed. Kanata going down in the feed. Third place goes down. Timbers, P-God taking him out here, so Bizzle and Neon have even more chance to kind of extend that lead. I think it's going to be Bizzle's game here, possibly. He's just keeping eyes on that height monster. He wants it so badly.
This is where he performs the best, when the lobbies are at the highest of caliber. There's something about Bizzle, something clicks every single time, and he just manages to perform as he's going to get beamed down to little to no health and taken out by Frisk right there. Now we're back into low ground with Nuts, someone who's way up top, and he's going to land his shot. It's going to be TJ who's going to fall here. We're in the top 10 situation right now. He's now looking inches way through. Very limited builds, but the floor is all weak. This is his playground that he can play with here and move around. 7 remaining now, Aussie. It's only becoming more and more intense. The RPGs are coming out, and it's going to find Zate.
Bizzle goes down here. I'm pretty sure Noah's about to say Noah's the only person here in the top 5 still alive, but he goes down. Alige is going to change up here. Alige has 100 points. He's making the rotate onto low ground. 3 players alive. Looks like it's Fryst versus Alige, and I'm not sure who the third is, but it's going to change up. It's COD Genesis, a name we haven't seen too much of here today. Maybe trying to make a name for himself here. We have Alige outside the zone. Going to try and go for that flopper play. He only has 6 builds left, but he does have another flopper left. Gets a really nice angle and gets a really nice beam. Takes him down. Alige now can take this high ground, kind of scoop up those mats off the elimination on Fryst. He's now got that high ground. 111 points. Needs to close this one out. He's jumping down. Can he make it? A 6 elimination win. He can. COD Genesis going down. Alige picking up so many points this game.
Taking that lead. Moving into first, but only by a single point. Not there in second. Neon pushed back to third. Kanata holding fourth, and Alige in fifth. And you just look at this is such a tight competition for the top 5 right now. Even after the Victory Royale,